What a time to be alive as a pro wrestling fan. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to the channel. Not only do we have two big wrestling events happening this weekend with AEW Fighter Fest live on the Bleacher Report app. We also have Ring of Honor, best in the world. But we probably got the best news in quite some time for the WWE. Lately with the WWE, it's like a good punching bag. You just punch at it, you just punch at it, you just punch at it, you just beat it down until it's broken. That's what it's been like with the WWE, with news circulating around it. And you know what? Fox has had enough. WWE has had enough. They know the momentum AEW is going in. AEW's momentum is only going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. It's a roller coaster ride that won't stop. So, what did Vince have to do? He had to bring in the big guns. He injected a lethal dose of poison in the sports and entertainment business, damn it! He decided, screw it. I'm more worried about the XFL in a couple of years. I could give two shits about WWE right now. He took out his own stocks for the XFL. And then all of a sudden, we just got announced on a random Thursday. This is not like it's like, oh man, like just any other day. It's a random Thursday. We get announced that Paul Heyman and Eric Bishoff are going to be executive directors. Paul Heyman will be the executive director of Monday Night Raw, and Eric Bischoff will be the executive director of SmackDown Live. And I don't know what happened. The pessimism of what this news should be. I should be sitting here and I should be a counterculture asshole, be all like, oh my God, can't believe they got Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. What did Paul Heyman know? Eric Bischoff hasn't been in the business for so many years, and even after that, when he was with TNA, it sucked. I'm like, should be pessimistic, right? I should be someone that's like negative, right? No, I am so down for this. Finally, we get people that, you know, clearly do want to care about the business and really want to help Raw and SmackDown succeed. They're going to be there. And you know what? At this moment in time, I'll take anyone that's not named McMahon taking over the WWE, doing stuff full-time creatively. And yeah, sure, Vince may have the final say. You know, like backstage reports, according to Fightful and a bunch of other people, have been saying, you know, a lot of people are still kind of, it's still Vince in charge. But man, dude, if Vince actually does take a back seat, and here's the thing, Vince can hit a $1 million idea anytime. He can. It's Vince and Kenny McMahon. Let's not like say that guy's not a genius. You know, he's still a genius. It's just that he's not hitting. He's missing more than he's hitting. He's like a really good pitcher. If you guys watch baseball, sometimes that pitcher will always hit the strike zone, and he knows how to control the ball. He makes his balls look like they're strikes. He knows how to do that. But the thing is, Vince McMahon, he ain't throwing any strikes lately. He's just throwing a bunch of balls, and he's walking way too many people onto the bases. Vince just doesn't get it right now. He's literally just focused on other things. It's clear to us as fans, but it's just clear in general. Vince is like, look, he wants WWE to succeed. He knows where his bread and butter comes at the end of the day. Everyone acts like Vince wants WWE to die. No, he doesn't. It's just that Vince is stubborn. He's in his own way. He's one of those people, and I can understand that. I totally do. Where you're somewhere where it's like, why do I have to listen to everyone else? I made so much money throughout the years doing this, and this. Why should I listen to you? Why should I, as Vincent Kenny McMahon, who has made the World Wrestling Federation into $1 billion corporation, made all these partnerships and everything, why should I listen to you? And I get that. But Vince is finally realizing, look, Fox put $1 billion investment into them. AEW is on the rise. Will AEW reach WWE levels? No. But at the current state of professional wrestling, AEW is something that's on a positive track. You know, that's something they do have to worry about with them being on TNT. And if WWE keeps doing what they're doing with these 2 out of 3 fall matches to make sure no matches go into commercial, with the wild card rule and all this bad TV, if Vince starts, you know, just letting this slide until September, it'll be a little bit too late. This is the perfect time to get wrestling fans. Summertime is one of the best times for wrestling fans. And here's the reason why. A majority of the wrestling fan base that they're trying to attack is still young children. And again, everyone's gonna be like, no, we're the fans, us hardcore fans, us 24 to 48-year-olds. Yes, I understand that. But most 24 to 48-year-olds, if they do have something going on in summertime, it's vacation, it's a bunch of other stuff. Not saying kids don't go on vacation, but the kids are an easy demographic. And especially during the summertime, that's how people get hooked. They're sleeping over at a friend's house on a Monday night. It's fun and exciting. And one of their friends who's a wrestling fan turns on Monday Night Raw. And they're like, what's this? And then they want to watch it. And that's how people get hooked. It's going over to a friend's house on a Monday night. Summer, there's a little bit more laxness. People tend to watch TV a little bit more. Streaming services are available, and WWE is on Hulu. WWE has a good partnership with USA Network, and we'll have a wonderful partnership with Fox. The thing is, though, you need to strike now when the iron's hot. Summertime is when the iron's hot for wrestling. It's just people care about wrestling more over the summer. There's not really much sports going on. Baseball is pretty much the only sport. And there's 162 damn games of that. Are you going to tell someone they're invested in every single game? No. I'm a Cubs fan. I don't watch every Cubs game. I'll see who's pitching. If I see it's like, it's a bad pitching matchup, yeah, I'll watch the first couple innings. And if I can kind of see how the game's going to go. It's a perfect time. The only thing you're competing against sport-wise is a UFC event. And WWE doesn't put their events on the same weekends as UFC events for the most part. So WWE doesn't really have to worry about anything right now. They do have to worry about AEW. This is different than most summer times. They have to worry about AEW and what that brings to the table. But this is the perfect time to strike. And what they're doing now is probably one of the smartest things I've seen from them in quite some time. Let me just check my sound real quick. Oh, okay. I have to plug in my headphones. I always forget about that part. For the thingy, I'm going to like this video and share it on Twitter. But yeah, man, I feel like this decision right here, it's a good one. Paul Heyman, obviously, he's been working with a lot of the Raw superstars. He's been working with them. He has a good rapport with a lot of them. I feel like he's perfect for Raw. Eric Bischoff, he works well with SmackDown because of his experience with Turner and Psych TV and a bunch of other companies. He knows that type of role, and he will do well. And he probably knows someone at Fox already that probably helps him out. And I feel like with Eric Bischoff, what he will do with SmackDown Live, he will make SmackDown Live feel like SmackDown. He will make SmackDown feel different than Monday Night Raw. Because I was watching that, is it Inside the Ropes? I want to say it's Inside the Ropes, not that little, they do a bunch of interviews with the wrestlers. I was watching that thing about him, and he was talking about what he would do differently. And then all of a sudden, he was talking about, pretty much like, it looks too glossy and perfect. It needs to feel like an actual sporting event where it's rigid and rough. And I agreed with him. I was like, oh, man, that's true. I never thought about that. Like, sometimes WWE looks too perfect. And this is a professional wrestling event. Like, when I watch UFC events are not perfect when it comes to, not necessarily the presentation, but just how the flow and ebony goes. Like it has its kinks. And so that's why with WWE, I think it'd be a good thing if WWE kind of listened to Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff. I'm going to post this to share. I know it's a Friday afternoon. People are not out at work. It's like 3 p.m. Eastern time. This was the only time I could really do a live stream right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to try to do more live streams in the future. Just right now, just wanting to do more YouTube stuff. There's no money in YouTube. I already know that. It's just more for me to build my brand and my marketing presence for all these job interviews. Like if I can show that I can do something on social media, that's all that matters to me. So if you guys can help me out with that, that would be awesome by hitting the subscribe button and like button. That would be awesome as heck. I'm working out kinks with the encoder. Right now, I'm just using the usual YouTube live feature. And it seems like my microphone craps out around 30 minutes. So no more hour-long live streams with Chase, unfortunately, as it stands. But hopefully we can change that in the future. But I do expect more streams with me. I don't know if they're going to be recap streams or review streams. I'm not going to make those type of promises. But if it's a wrestling or MMA event or news that I really want to talk about, most likely I'll jump up here. And I was bored, and I said, I got some free time. We got a new puppy, so I have to watch him and everything. So, and I miss doing them, Philip M6. I saw you guys have the bunny beat me up backstage. That was some fucking bullshit. I don't know what the CPU bunny's level is on your 2K, but he needs to be under a 99. This is ridiculous. This is honestly ridiculous when I see the bunny beating my ass. So yeah, man, I'm excited with what WWE is going to do. Like, look, for me personally, I'm going to be honest with you guys. For me personally, the changes are not going to be fixed in one day. Rome wasn't built in a day for, success. And I think, initially with Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman, there's going to be some kinks. There's going to be some sputters in there. It's not going to be all perfect and glamour. But do I think it's going to get good? I do. I think it's going to take time. And for people to judge it based off of 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe a month, that's just a little bit too much. But that's just how wrestling fans are, impatient most of the time. No, it's my microphone. It's my laptop, Philip M6. So my laptop, this is for me bringing it to school too much. So my laptop, one of the USB ports got jammed. And so it what's it called? It shorts out every once in a while. So that's why. And my microphone USB port, I can't put obviously the webcam on there. Otherwise the webcam won't work. So I have to use my microphone. So my microphone is the only USB that really works on there. And it just gets poured out. So this is more of I just got to save up for a new laptop, which I was thinking about doing in the future anyways. This laptop's still useful. So it's no rush. I barely use, my laptop besides sending out my resumes and going on Twitter and doing my eFed stuff that I like doing. So it's not like I use my laptop for many things. By the way, Team Hill podcast number 300 will be on tonight on YouTube. If you guys got time to check that out. I don't know if I'm going to be on there, but I'll definitely be listening to the show. My friends want to play golf. So if I go out to play golf, I go out to play golf. If not, I'm going to be on Team Peel podcast episode 300. But yeah, man, I'm excited for what the WWE is going to do with Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman. I think this is one of the best news, especially with WWE's just been getting ragged on a lot. And, some of it's rightfully so. Some of it's just annoying, man. Some of it just feels like the fans just want to rag on WWE just for the sake of ragging on WWE. I mean, we have Seth Rollins just being a good champion, defending the company he works for. We have the Saudi blood money. It seems like every time Saudi Arabia comes around, it's always these social injustice warriors, the social justice warriors going, oh, blood money, and oh my God, let me listen to my cell phone and support AEW, even though Tony Khan or Shad Khan made money dirty as well. That's what makes no sense to me. A lot of your favorite companies run on blood money. If you really cared about blood money, you wouldn't get gas. Go ahead, not get gas. If you really care about blood money and shit, you want to be driving your car. Just say. But nothing about that soapbox. It's good to have I like when wrestling now is getting positive news. Don't get me wrong. I'll still come on here and do my famous rants if I get super tired and stuff like that or super annoyed with something. But it's good that WWE is finally having some good positive momentum. Just like AEW has some positive momentum with their Fighter Fest. It was funny. Kenny Omega, he actually posted a tweet. He deleted it as he should. But this was Kenny's Omega moment to be like Dana White and not give a fuck as the president. But Kenny Omega pussied out. So Omega posted a tweet. So WWE, obviously, they want people to not watch AEW. That's their goal. Why would you want someone to watch your competition and stuff like that? So WWE decided, hey, we've been partners with Evolve with so many years. Gabe and everything. They've been helping us out. You know what we should do for this big Evolve show that none of our fans have ever watched, but it has some NXT guys? Let's put this Evolve show on the network. And so this led to Kenny Omega getting upset about this because it's on the same day as Fight for the Fallen. So Kenny Omega said, oh, you want to align yourself with blood money. So you decide to put a show on a show that could affect a show that promotes charity. And I just sat there and I just laughed. I was like, man, Kenny Omega went Dana White here. And I liked it, but at the same time, I was like, this is such a Dana White move where Dana White would get so upset over something so tiny. It's like Kenny, first of all, the Evolve show is going to happen anyways. Second of all, this is not going to affect the ticket sales for Fight for the Fallen. It's happening on the same day. It's not like someone's going to be like, oh shit, Evolve is happening on the network? that I can watch anytime, anywhere, on demand, I ain't going to Fight for the Fallen anymore. Like, what were you thinking when you tweeted that, Kenny Omega? You're an executive vice president. Now, if you're Dana White and you decided to say, fuck that, I don't care, I'm just going to tweet what's on my true emotions, good on you. But here's the thing. You ain't DW. You ain't Dana White. You're Kenny flipping Omega. If you were Dana White, you would have left that tweet up there and said, I stand by my ground. But like the thing is, man, Fight for the Fallen pretty much is not going to be affected by the show whatsoever. So I didn't understand what was that tweet. I like that WWE is giving Evolve a chance. That's cool. But we all know why they're doing it. We all know why Evolve is having it. We all know why NXT TakeOver UK is happening the same day as All Out. It's because WWE wants to see what happens when they go against AEW. They want to know, like, do we really have an established fan base? And you know what? I won't be surprised. Next time AEW announces a pay-per-view, we get an NXT TakeOver because that's the ultimate test. Because I'm on record and I'll say it. AEW is just NXT with Pyro. Prove me wrong. Tell me what's different besides anything else. They have super kicks. They have the same camera cuts. They have familiar WWE announcers that I'm used to hearing and listening to. Tell me, how is AEW an alternative when NXT is really the alternative? I'm just saying, all AEW is NXT with a pyro boost. I'm just being real with y'all. You want to argue with me? Go right ahead. Argue with me. I haven't heard one AEW fan try to tell me it's any different. Work rate's the same old shit by the same wrestlers, super kicks, goofy flying action, more hardcore in-ring aspect. It's nothing different. So that's going to be real test. And hell, it was funny. Freaking Double or Nothing. Everyone was jacking off to that show. And I said it best on my Twitter. People were cheering for Cody destroying the throne, but these are the same morons that will chant NXT. And I even said I won't be surprised if NXT TakeOver is better than AEW. And this led to, AEW fans, you're just a WWE fanboy, you piece of shit. And then I was like, no, I'm just saying I look at NXT TakeOver's card compared to AEW's card, and I think it will be a better show. And, what was that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, people ran their polls. Solomonster ran his poll. NXT TakeOver, AEW Double or Nothing. Which show was better? Everyone went with NXT TakeOver. It was 72% NXT TakeOver. Just saying. AEW, you want to fire your shots? Bing, bing. You can have your M9s. WWE's coming in with their shotgun. And if you really want to play with NXT TakeOver, and I won't be surprised if WWE does a Saturday show one of these days and gives them a bazooka, and they'll put everyone in that show. Hell, they will call Sting out of retirement. WWE will be all like, hey, Sting, we need you. Face taker Saturday this time. Oh, man, it's scheduled for StarCast. We'll pay you $10 million. All right, yeah, fuck StarCast. So, yeah, to me personally, AEW, they can run these pay-per-view type shows and good for them. But until I see a week-to-week show, I ain't going to grade them that much. I'm going to be honest what I think about these pay-per-view shows. But it's hard for me to get engaged with these characters or see what they're doing until I get a week-to-week show. And no, Being the Elite is not a weekly show. It's just not a weekly show. So, yeah. When it comes down to it, though, AEW, I think they're doing a good thing with Fyter Fest. I think it's going to be a solid venture, especially that's free on Bleacher Report Live. This is good for Bleacher Report, mainly because Bleacher Report needs more content on their streaming service. And hopefully AEW pulls out in good numbers for Bleacher Report, because that will show that AEW has some interest. And not only that, that will hopefully help have Bleacher Report want to improve their service overall, which I'm looking forward to, because I feel like Bleacher Report does need to improve the service that they're providing. I feel like their streaming app is one of the worst I encounter. I watch one MMA championship on there, and it's just not a good app. It just really isn't. But I am looking forward to seeing what they do with Fyter Fest. I'm not going to be able to watch Fyter Fest, Nagano versus Dos Santos, or RH Best in the World live. I have an uncle's funeral to go to, unfortunately. So yeah, I won't be able to watch them live. Maybe catch a couple matches here or there. I'll definitely be looking forward to Moxley versus Joey Janela and the unsanctioned match. The rest of the matches on Fyter Fest, I will say this does feel like it's good to compete with an ROH pay-per-view, because it really does feel like an ROH show. Like a lot of the matches on